Namaskar and welcome to Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. I'm Kala Shankar. This is a special weekly edition of Vision of Asia. Today marks the end of March and we are getting ready to witness a great festival of democracy in India next month. The Lok Sabha elections will be held in April and we will have a newly elected Prime Minister of India in May. We will have a special conversation about the 2019 election in this week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh. Also, in this edition of Vision of Asia, we have a Holi celebration by the Gayatri Chetna Center in New Jersey, another colorful report from Vadtal Mandir in Somerset, New Jersey, the grand opening of UCMAS in South Plainfield, the inaugural Gala of United We Rise featuring Anupam, Kher, and a Holi celebration by AristaCare for seniors. Vision of Asia continues right after the short break. Stay with us. Swami Narayan Mandir, Vadtal, Dham in New Jersey celebrated Duleti with enthusiasm and devotion. Kirtan, Pravachan and the offering of Gulal marked the special event. Here's some highlights.
Jai Narayan. My name is Hari Kher, one of the Satsangi in Vadtal, Dham, Somerset, New Jersey Mandir. We are celebrating here yesterday Holi. We have to maintain our culture, Indian Hindu culture in this country because they are our ambassador of the Indian culture. So we are, Swami always encouraging them, and we have really many good youth here. They are always coming Saturday, especially on evening time, and they are from age from 3 to 12 years. They always learn all those, and also Swami really teach them our Sanskriti.
Prabhu Jaya Sadguru Swami Purushottama Pragatanu Je Darshan Karche Prabhu Je Darshan Karche Kaad Karamati Chuti Kaad Karmati Chuti Kutumba Sahita Tarche Prabhu Jaya Sadguru Swami.
I just wanted to let everyone know that this is the temple of Swaminarayan, but it is not just strictly Swaminarayan. We celebrate all the religion, all the festivals of the year, and we do understand why these festivals are celebrated, and especially the young generation who were born here, who do not have any exposure to Indian culture, they do learn from our Swamis the meaning of and the reason of why we are celebrating all these festivals. And all of the festivals are there to teach mankind the good things, and that is what we learn in our temple.
પોતે આજે કંઈ એમનું સૂતક હતું એટલે આવી શક્યા નથી. ભગવાનને પ્રાર્થના કરીએ કે આવીને આવી એમને ખૂબ ઉત્સવોની સેવાની ભગવાન શક્તિને સામર્થ્ય આપે. એવી જ રીતે આપણે આવતો ઉત્સવ મોટો આવી રહ્યો છે. ભગવાનનો જન્મ, આપણા ઈષ્ટદેવ શ્રીજી મહારાજનો જન્મ એપ્રિલ 14 તારીખે છે. 14 તારીખે ભગવાન 2 રૂપે પ્રગટ થયા, રામ રૂપે પ્રગટ થયા. એમનું 12 વાગે આપણે 14 તારીખે રવિવારે આરતી કરીશું 12 વાગે બપોરે. અને શ્રીજી મહારાજના જન્મ, ઘનશ્યામ મહારાજના જન્મ પ્રસંગે આપણે રાતના 10:10 આરતી થશે. અને આ પ્રસંગ આખો આપણે ધામધૂમીથી ઉજવાય એટલે 3 દિવસની પારણ રાખેલી છે. વચનામૃત જયંતિ નિમિત્તે આપણે આ પર્વ આખું વર્ષ મનાવી રહ્યા છીએ. એટલે વચનામૃત ગ્રંથની સંતો આપણે 3 દિવસ સુધી શુક્રવારે એટલે 12 તારીખે સાંજે શુક્રવારે 7 થી 9 પ્રોગ્રામ થશે. 6 વાગે મહાપ્રસાદ, પછી 7 વાગે આરતી, અને આરતી પછી 9 વાગ્યા સુધી કથા. પછી શનિવારે આપણે રેગ્યુલર જે પ્રોગ્રામ હોય છે એ પ્રમાણે 5 થી 8 વાગ્યા સુધી, અને રવિવારે એવી રીતે 5 થી 8 સુધી કથા, આરતી ને એ બધું થશે. પછી આરતી પછી પ્રસાદ લઈને ફરી ભગવાનના જન્મ માટે આપણે અહીંયા ધામધૂમીથી રોકાઈને 10:10 રવિવારે આરતી કરીશું. તો એ રીતનો પ્રોગ્રામ આપણે બહાર પેમ્પલેટમાં મૂકેલો છે અને તમે જોઈ લેજો. વોટ્સઅપમાં બી બધાને મળશે. આ હોળી ધૂળેટી પર્વ આ મંદિરમાં ખૂબ ધામધૂમીથી ઉજવવામાં આવ્યો. આ વડતાલ ગાદીનું સ્વામિનારાયણ ટેમ્પલ છે, એનું વડતાલ ધામ નામ છે અહીંયા. અને અહીંયા દરેક આપણા હિન્દુ ધર્મના તહેવારો ધામધૂમીથી ઉજવવામાં આવે છે. સ્વામિનારાયણ ભગવાને વડતાલ, સાળીંગપુર, આદરોજ વગેરે ઘણી જગ્યાએ હોળીના ઉત્સવો કરાવ્યા. ત્યાં ફૂલડોલ એટલે હોળીના બીજા દિવસે ફૂલડોલ નરનાદેવની જયંતિ ગણવામાં આવે છે અને ફૂલડોલ ઉત્સવ અને રંગ ઉત્સવને ગણવામાં આવે છે. એટલે અમારા દરેક મંદિરોમાં હોળીનો તહેવાર અને ફૂલડોલ ઉત્સવ એટલે રંગોત્સવ ધામધૂમીથી ઉજવવામાં આવે છે. સ્વામિનારાયણ ભગવાને એ વખતમાં વડતાલમાં હજારો મણ ગુલાલથી અને કેસુડાથી બધાને રંગ્યા હતા. એ રંગ એટલે ભગવાનનો દિવ્ય રંગ. એવા દિવ્ય રંગથી આપણે આ રંગમાં રંગાઈએ અને હોળીના તહેવારને ધામધૂમીથી મનાવીએ. આ મંદિરમાં આવીને આપણે પાવન થઈએ. અહીંયા દરેક પ્રસંગો ખૂબ ધામધૂમીથી ઉજવાય અને એના તહેવારોના દરેક જે મહત્ત્વ છે એ બધા મહત્ત્વ આપણા દેશની સંસ્કૃતિના મહત્ત્વ જળવાઈ રહે. આપણી અહીંની નવી પેઢી આ બધા તહેવારોને જોઈને ખૂબ આનંદિત થાય અને એમનામાં પણ આપણા તહેવારોની પરંપરાના સંસ્કારો આવે. અહીંયા આપણે એવી રીતે દરેક તહેવારોને ઉજવીએ અને ભગવાનને રાજી કરીએ. અસ્તુ સર્વને જય સ્વામિનારાયણ.
મુક્તાનંદ કહે મુક્તિ, મુક્તાનંદ કહે મુક્તિ, સુગમ કરી સિદ્ધિ, પ્રભુ જય સદગુરુ સ્વામી.
The Gayatri Chetna Center is part of the global Gayatri Parivar family. Founded by Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya, who is a great devotee of Gayatri Mata and lover of Bharat. The Gayatri Chetna Center is dedicated to offering the glorious and empowering spiritual tradition of Bharat to the next generation. The celebration of festivals like Holi energizes everyone towards a collective commitment of staying positive. Here are some highlights of the Holi celebration at Gayatri Chetna Center in New Jersey.
आज हमारा होली का महापर्व था। वो एक आनंद का पर्व था, उत्सव का पर्व था, कलर का पर्व था, सही माने तो खुशी का पर्व था। हर एक प्रकार से हमने खुशी मनाई और आज हमारे वॉलंटियर्स ने भी यहाँ इतना काम किया और इतने लोग भी भागीदारी की, इतने लोग आए हमारे यहाँ। तो सभी लोगों ने, आज वेदर भी अच्छा रहा तो आज सभी लोगों ने खुशी से होली मनाई और ऐसा आयोजन किया था। कल लगभग एक सप्ताह से, एक वीक से तैयारी चल रही थी और सही माने तो हमारे टीनेजर्स वॉलंटियर्स ने बहुत ही काम किया। इसके बदौलत ये कार्य हमारा संपन्न हुआ है। तो सबको होली की शुभकामना। नया ये होली में हमारा नसीब भगवान का आशीर्वाद हर एक के जीवन में बरसता रहे, यही भाव से हम ITV गोल्ड को भी शुभकामना व्यक्त करें। हर हमेश इसके फले फूले और माँ मैं गायत्री के सामने खड़ा हूँ, भगवान गणेश के सामने खड़ा हूँ, मारुति के सामने खड़ा, इसका आशीर्वाद निरंतर बरसता रहे, यही शुभकामना व्यक्त करता हूँ। जय गुरुदेव।
My name is Anya. We celebrate Holi by throwing the colors every year.
We celebrate the Holi with the colors and with the fires. We love, our kids are learning this tradition here.
छोटी छोटी सखियाँ मधुबन बाग, छोटी छोटी सखियाँ मधुबन बाग, रस रचावे मदन गोपाल, रस रचावे मदन गोपाल। छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटी छोटी गैया छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल।
सबको होली की बहुत बहुत बधाई।
Holi with colors, with the festival of love, happiness, care, and we meet everyone and spread happiness among everyone and pray to the goddess. Happy Holi!
Happy Holi!
Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community, brings reports on various community events on ITV Gold every Monday to Thursday at 8 p.m. We also have a special weekly edition of Vision of Asia every Sunday at 11 a.m. Thanks for encouraging response to this initiative. It's now time for a short break. The program continues right after these messages from our sponsors. The world's leading abacus and math program, UCMAS, offers education with a difference. UCMAS opened its new branch in South Plainfield, New Jersey on March 23rd. The mayor of South Plainfield was a chief guest on this occasion. Here are some glimpses of that event.
So UCMAS is a 25-year-old company coming to New Jersey for the first time this year in 2019. UCMAS has been training children for abacus and mental math program all in the past 25 years. And through the program, we train children on math using the abacus, but the children start becoming great at their focus concentration levels, their memory power, their recalling capacity, and the best part of the program is their self-confidence tremendously improves. So in the program, what the children do is they first understand the values on the physical abacus, which is moving the beads on the abacus. And in the due course of the program, this physical abacus turns into the mental abacus which they have in their head, and which allows them, gives them the ability to do mental math accurately and in high speeds. So they love numbers, the fear for math tremendously goes away. And it's very different from any tutoring program because it gives them the ability to do school and an alternate way of learning math, and gives them the chance to combine both the systems together and get a lifelong skill which they can use in high school, in university, and all their lives. That is where UCMAS comes into the picture. It combines a logical subject like math and uses the right side of the brain. So it combines the left and the right brain and working with math for children. And that's the reason the children are able to recall it faster, more accurately, and for a longer time. So our first location was in Edison, and now we have the second one in South Plainfield. We had the mayor and the whole council team attend the opening ceremony today. It was 23rd March, our opening in the South Plainfield area. We've got an overwhelming response with a lot of children registering today. So it's been amazing, and thank you for ITV to support this with us.
I just want to say congratulations to everybody here on the opening of a new business in South Plainfield. We welcome them to the community. We're excited to learn more about math and robotics and everything about it. So UCMAS, welcome to South Plainfield. Thank you.
Hi everyone, Mayor Tom Lanke from Edison. We're here at the UCMAS opening, which is a great program for kids learning, especially math, which is very important. I see the abacus up in front, which I remember utilizing when I was young. But we're over here in South Plainfield, over by the ShopRite, by Oak Tree Road and Park Avenue running at the intersection here. So it's great to be here. A lot of activity and a lot of learning going to go on. So have a great day.
It's an abacus-based program, mental math. It's an amazing program. My kids has gone through the similar program. It does bring a lot of strength, especially when kids go to the, when they are seniors or when they go to the college. It comes very handy. It also helps in increasing the, I would say, the thinking capacity of an individual. So for all the parents who are watching ITV Gold, please make sure you think about enrolling into this program. It's a very great program. It's an investment worth. And you will never regret that the money that you spend in educating your kid. It goes a long way. Again, thank you, ITV, for coming here and covering this event.
Okay, I just want to welcome UCMAS to South Plainfield. Being here today, it's been very interesting to see all they have to offer to teach children about mathematics and STEM programs. In addition to being a councilwoman, I'm also a math teacher, and I think that the skills that will be laid here will provide an excellent foundation for children as they go to higher level of mathematics in high school. And I welcome them to town, and I wish them all the best. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm Derek White, councilman from South Plainfield and chair of economic development. We're extremely excited to have UCMAS here in town. You can see we have a broad scope of participants in today's grand opening, which just shows that education is a fundamental piece of what we do and what we look forward to in shaping the minds of our youth. And this is a great place to start and carry them through. We're also very excited to work with the robotics program here and get them ingratiated into the high school. And hopefully we can have a long-lasting, mutually beneficial partnership. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the community of South Plainfield.
We are very happy with the response. This is the first center we are starting in South Plainfield. We already have one in Edison, and we are now, of course, looking to expand the UCMAS network, throughout US. So, we would be welcoming franchise inquiries for the operations as well. What we demonstrated here today was, we had some kids here who came in and showcased, what are the capabilities of these kids. I mean, once they do the UCMAS program, how it helps them, do the mental calculations right in their brain. So it's a fantastic program for the kids. It's a little different from a typical tutoring program where you do, for example, tutoring in math. I mean, the child gets really good in math, but then what about the other subject? What about science? What about some of the other subjects? So this is probably the only program of its kind, which even though it says a mental math program, but it doesn't really focus only on math. Because what we're talking about here is a complete whole brain development for the kids. And when the brain gets developed, the cognitive skills connected to the brain, things like focus, memory, concentration level, visualization, imagination, these are the areas where the kids actually improve a lot, tremendously. And when the kids are doing really great in some of these areas, it's going to help them in every subject that they do. So this is like more of a whole brain development program for kids, not just another tutoring program. So it's really good for all the kids. My own son has personally done it. He's a graduate of the UCMAS program as well. I know it on a personal level. It really helps. Trust me on that.
The inaugural Gala of the Punjabi Chamber was organized in New York on March 23rd. The keynote speaker, acclaimed actor Anupam Kher, attracted a number of enthusiastic members to this special evening. The Punjabi Chamber keeps its focus on unity and follows the philosophy that unity is strength. Anupam Kher didn't disappoint the audience with a mix of insightful and witty remarks in his address. Take a look.
To me, failure is an event, never a person. My father used to say that. He used to say that इवेंट फेल होता है, आदमी फेल थोड़ा होता है. आदमी तब तक फेल नहीं होता जब तक वो एक्सेप्ट ना कर ले. इंसान तब तक फेल नहीं होता जब तक वो एक्सेप्ट ना कर ले कि ये मेरा फेलियर है. तो ये आपका पहला इवेंट, इट्स अ ग्रेट सक्सेस बिकॉज you are all wanting it to become successful.
Is that like a constant theme of reinvention? कि अपने आप को हमेशा इतना push करो कि when you reach a certain success, उसके बाद instead of feeling comfort, you look forward कि उसके बाद क्या होएगा?
So I think the lethal combination is that when you have no fear of failure and you are eternally optimistic, then no power can stop you. That you have no fear of failure. कि क्या हो जाएगा यार? ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा फेल हो जाऊँगा ना?
Right. जो सारे यहाँ पे youth के लोग हैं यहाँ पे, मेरी तरह बहुत सारे यहाँ पे actually, बड़े सारे actually पंजाबी community में. I really hope we like actually flourish as a strong community. One advice for people of our industry that are living here, what could you give them that nobody tells you when you start in this field?
Well, I personally feel that advice is nice to give, but you have to find your own path. And a path which is smooth, you don't like the journey when you reach the destination. Path has to have its ups and downs, has to have speed breakers, have to have thorns there. जब तक वो ना हो, तब तक जिंदगी की मंजिल पर पहुंचना कोई मजा नहीं आएगा. Because जब तक खड्डे नजर ना आए, speed breakers नजर ना आए, परेशानियां नजर ना आए, because you remember your life by the hardships that you go through. If you remember, if all of you sitting here, if you think about your life, you will think, oh, I then conquered this hardship, then this problem I solved, this problem I solved. Of course you remember happy moments also.
True.
But the only advice that I have is that be honest and be hardworking. That's what my grandfather told me. When you're honest and you're very hardworking, you can achieve anything. That's all. That's the only advice. Otherwise, they are quite capable of giving me advice.
One great life lesson.
So, I don't know what advice. So, advice is just live life. My father, who was my best friend, I was nothing as compared to my father, what my character in Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. In fact, that was based on my father.
The character in Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge.
Yes, my father was my best friend and my biggest fan.
Wow.
For him, right from the 5th standard play that he saw till the last film he saw of mine, his expression was the same. Wow, what a great son I have. And two things I will never forget, and I have to share them because all the people who are here are first generation and their children need to know that. Because the contribution of your parents in your life is unbelievably immense and you need to respect that at every moment. If you don't respect that, whatever you achieve is nothing. So my father had a small sandook siga ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਸੰਦੂਕ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਖੋਲਣ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ. He will never allow anybody to open that small little tin box. So two events that happened. So he was very, very active at the age of 84. He used to walk 10 kilometers and unfortunately then he had some reaction of some medicine and he got 1 in 10 million people you get that problem that you don't eat and you don't drink. You think that the food that you are eating is like sand and that the water that you are having is like acid. So unfortunately he starved to death. I used to go every day in the morning from my shooting to meet him, be with him, and he became very weak. So one day my brother called up and I was going to David Dhawan's son's wedding to Goa and I was going in the morning, coming back in the night because I knew that he was in a very, very sad situation. So he said he wants to talk to you. My father, so I said okay, I will. I booked another flight and I went to meet him and he was very frail and he had a paper on his chest and he had a very naughty expression in his eyes that today I'm going to tell you something very important. So he said hold on and he started writing on that blank paper with a pen and it took him a lot of time. For me it was like 10 minutes to write whatever he was writing and he was hiding it from me and he kept writing it. And after he finished writing it, he said pick it up and tell me what your answer to this is, that expression. When I picked up the paper, it had only lines. There were no words because he did not have the energy to, I think, form the words, but in his mind he had written those words. And he was looking at me wanting to know the answer. And I didn't know what he had asked me. So I gave a very, mixed kind of response. I said, yes, Papa, bilkul, of course. So he was a little disappointed that I did not answer that. Then he called me close to him and I went and he I brought my ear next to his mouth, and for a person who was going to die in the next 22 minutes, his last 2 words to me were, live life. Whatever I do, in my head, it's always for my parents.
Live life.
And that sanduk that he used to not allow us anybody to open, so after he passed away and we needed to sort of what to do, so I asked my mother, what do you want me to do? Shall we just put it in some place or something, let go of him because you want to open it? She said, I want to open it and see what he used to hide. So we opened, and you will not believe it was full of magazines, newspapers of my performances, right from 5th standard till the last film that you saw.
Wow.
So I want to tell you that parents don't show their love sometimes obviously, but you as children need to show your love very, very obviously and tell every day, like you tell your girlfriends or your wife, which is you should say that I love you, that once in a week you have to verbally say, मैं तोनू प्यार करदा हाँ, पापा जी मैं तोनू प्यार करदा हाँ, मम्मा पचाई जी मैं तोनू प्यार करदा हाँ, Papa I love you. It has to be said, not felt, not I felt it. You see, it's I always say that when we get a phone call from our parents, we are always sort of
we hassle. It's mom calling, dad calling.
Yeah, mom, you're always impatient. Yeah, mom, tell me. I'm can I call you back? Mom, I'm going. Okay, bye. Dooja phone. Darling. Yeah, it's okay. Relax. Yeah, tell me. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Which is equally important, but as long as you are thankful to your parents for the kind of struggle, then parents never share their struggle with their children because they want to be brave. They don't want them to feel insecure. They don't want to make them feel sort of. So please, you ask me for my advice.
Yeah.
I don't think they need any professional advice for their work. They're brilliant. All of them sitting here are brilliant. But from my own experience, I call my mother every day twice, even from New York.
Don't go anywhere. Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community will continue right after the break. AristaCare at Whiting, New Jersey recently celebrated Holi with their seniors and staff. Here's some highlights of that celebration.
અહીં હું અહીંયા ઘરે AristaCareમાં રહું છું ને બધું મુકુંદાની બધું મારી સારી સારવાર કરે છે એમાં મેઘાબેન મનીષાબેન પેલી તો નંબલી અંકિતાબેન ના અંકિતાબેન પછી પદ્માબેન અરુણાબેન બધા બધી મારી ટેક કેર કરે છે અને આજે સરસ મજા આવી.
We would like to wish you all a happy Holi and a happy colorful festival. We celebrated a Holi festival today with all our Bas and Dadas in the nursing home because they cannot go to the temple. So we brought all the color festival here and played Holi with them.
You know, my problems, when my mom was with me at home, I was having lots and lots of problems because I have an autistic son at home too. And since my mom has been here, I am so relieved. I can sleep at night, I can wake up fresh in the morning and come here to see her. I'm here almost every day.
બહુ જ આનંદ આવ્યો.
બધા ભાઈઓ અને બધા જ દાદાઓ, હેપી હોલી એવરીબડી બધાને.
हमको बहुत मज़ा आया होली देख के. हम बहुत खुश हैं, सारे ऑल पीपल खुश हैं. मैं सबनों बधाई देता हूँ होली दी.
Happy Holi to everybody. We celebrate Holi festival today, and all the band and Dada is so happy today. And thank you very much, Dr. Sudhir, Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, and ITV, and Mr. Raja Bhati also. Thank you.
Every week in Vision of Asia now, we have a new segment with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, where he shares his analytical views about various India-related issues. He has been a strong voice for the cause and concerns of India. This week, the conversation is about the latest developments related to the 2019 election.
And now, time for weekly show with a passionate India lover, chairman of ITV Gold and Parikh Worldwide Media. Get ready for loving sharing from physician, philanthropist, publisher and India advocate in this week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh. Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas and welcoming to this special show where we get the opportunity of sitting with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh in this week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, and I welcome Dr. Sudhir Parikh in his own show to connect with you. Namaskar, Dr.
Namaskar.
Your enthusiasm and your zeal to stay connected with Indian American community through this channel and especially through this program. Focus these days is election 2019 all over India as well as away from India. What is drawing attention of everyone these days is how voters are being wooed. And what we heard recently is the promise made by Congress President Rahul Gandhi, a scheme called Nyay. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, the election in India is a great festival of democracy. Let me put it that way. And as you know, almost close to 1 billion people or 900 crores voters are going to vote. And that is, it's unprecedented number of people are going to exercise their right to vote in the world. It's the largest number. And that's why whole world has interest in Indian democracy and Indian election in India. Now, during election, every party has right to put their own agenda, own manifesto, and convince voters. The promises has to be realistic, has to be practical, and has to be implemented after the election if that particular party wins or comes in the power. Because if you give promise and if you don't keep that promise after you win, then your credibility is gone. And credibility is very important in survival of any party in a democracy. This Congress Nyay, which is giving minimum income to each and every poor family in India, which are almost like over 5 crores of them. Its concept is great because it is like what in USA, what government is doing is giving people, those who are unemployed and those who are, they are giving them food, they are giving them residential subsidy, giving them some money for unemployment. So indirectly this is the same thing we are talking about. But now time comes for India. It is time now to do this thing, provided you chart out that program, because it's a huge program. You chart out that program very carefully, see where the budget or where the money is coming from. You have to have a source of that money, because it may cost almost like 3.5 lakhs crore rupees per year, and every year it goes up. Always this kind of scheme, always budget goes up. So a person who is who is promising it, Congress has to have little more detail to the public or to the economists, and there has to be backup well-credited economists. Then this and with the right implementation, this can be a great thing. Even doesn't matter which party is that, whether it's BJP or even Narendra Prime Minister Modi also has promised similar thing to Kisan, right? 6,000 rupees per year. So that all this scheme is good, provided it's well thought out and well implemented.
So talking about well thought out, to be fair to Congress party, Rahul Gandhi says that they have discussed with some experts, including Raghuram Rajan, who was RBI governor earlier, and there are some other planning commission members who have said that it is going to be a big burden on exchequer, and current finance minister Arun Jaitley said that this is totally impractical. What happens, we will have to see. And another area here is, after Pulwama attack, the way Government of India handled the situation and responded to the aspiration of the nation looked like it added more color towards Modi government. Do you think this announcement takes away some of that power in terms of perception tilted towards BJP?
Yes, I think it may, because whether you like one like Congress or not, but this scheme is kind of for poor. So now think about that. If you criticize this scheme, then you are anti-poor. So you don't want to be anti-poor, which is not right morally and otherwise. So it kind of little master by Congress, or not master stroke only, but it's change the whole narrative of the election now. And of course, answer to your question, yes, it can affect the advantage to BJP somewhat, depending upon how they carry on, how they explain to the people, and how people can accept that explanation.
So based on what we have seen so far, Dr. Zab, Rahul Gandhi came up from Chaukidar Chor Hai, then BJP came up with the campaign that Main Bhi Chaukidar. So they have somehow a creative way of tilting everything in their favor. We will see maybe in few days there will be something more.
That's right.
That will be offered from BJP side. And continuing with what you just said, BJP leader Shatrughan Sinha, former actor and minister also, is about to join Congress, and he referred to Rahul Gandhi as master of situation, and he was of course appreciating this Nyaya. There are other leaders who were in Congress and now they are switching parties and
going to BJP.
Yeah, of course. And I particularly want to mention the name of this Haji Mohammad Harun Rashid, who is going to contest against Rahul Gandhi in Amethi, though he was and his previous generations were with Congress. So how do you see a lot of politicians switching their parties? How this as a political observer makes you feel?
Well, as an observer, I personally do not like this kind of switching for their own personal interest. Because if you believe in one philosophy, more or less you should believe in that philosophy all the time, whether you get benefited personally or not benefited personally. For example, if you are conservative physically and socially, you should be conservative. If you are liberal, a left-sided, left leading person, you should be left leading. Nothing is wrong. Either way, both the parties are both the person is right. But just keep switching every time when if I'm not good, if I didn't get the ticket, that's why I'm switching. Or if I have some axe to grind, personal axe to grind, not the
absolutely
philosophy of the party. So then I think that shows a little integrity of our democracy. But hopefully, I'm an optimistic guy, so hopefully not today, but 5-10 years down the road, you will see less switching like this.
This is very much a period where we have seen this happening more than previous times, probably. One more point, the way you perceive certain events or certain statements that you make as a leader makes a lot of difference in these days. So I bring to your attention the statement made by Sam Pitroda, who is chairman of Indian Overseas Congress, saying that terror attacks keeps happening, and if 8 people came and attacked in Mumbai, you cannot hold the whole nation responsible for it, etc., etc., which is going quite contrary to the narrative which is currently being the favored narrative in India. So do you see these kind of statements would have the potential of creating sort of a dent in Congress emerging as a party that is pro-defense, pro-India as a nation?
Yes, short answer is yes. But again, whether it is, I'm not sure whether it is a anti-defense or anti-India, but right now the emotional state of the Indian population is again in favor of Pulwama, to protect the India and Indian population and against the Pakistan. And that's the correct situation right now. So I think Sam Pitroda's comment might hurt or put a dent into Congress chances.
Absolutely. So, Dr. Sudhir Parikh, I thank you for joining us and I thank our viewers. But before we say goodbye from this show, since we are very near the election day when people will go and cast their vote, if you were to advise some of your friends in India, what should they consider and where should they go and sort of declare their right?
Well, I would say that this is, as I say, it's a festival of democracy or celebration of the democracy, the election is. And every citizen should exercise their right to vote. And by doing that, they should express their feeling, because at the end of the day, everyone vote not on the promises or not on some kind of slogan. They always vote how personally they felt during current time.
Absolutely.
And that's vote. And therefore, one must should be very truthful to their conscience and vote for the party they think is the right party. And obviously, a strong party, majority party, always can run the country better than kind of coalition government. That doesn't. After saying that, it doesn't mean that all the coalition government fails. That is also true. But I think strong party, strong leader always makes a difference in the country's future.
Wonderful. So I think you can read strong party, strong leader make a difference in his future without saying he has said everything, and that is the beauty of someone as intelligent as Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh. So Dr. thank you very much. Such a pleasure being with you in this show. And as I thank him, I thank all of you, and together in his presence we say Jai Hind, sir.
And again, I pledge and I urge and pledge and to all my dear friends, NRI friends, to tell your friends and families back home to vote and exercise your right and be part of the this festival of democracy. Till next time, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat Mata. God bless America, God bless India.
That is all the time we have for today's Vision of Asia. Do become friends of the ITV Gold page and have access to our live shows as well as other programs. Feel free to share details of events by emailing us at events@itvgold.com and subscribe to ITV Gold's YouTube channel. See you next week at the same time. Until we meet again, have a great week ahead. I'm Kala Shankar. Namaste.